So let me welcome everyone and then we'll get started. First off, hi to Andy, and then Ruth, then Tim Hoy, then Walt, Susan, hi to you too, hi to Kevin, hi to Tim Oxley, and hi to Carl. So, good crew as usual tonight. I did reboot my router, so hopefully that's going to help with the skipping stuff that we had last week. First off, I did bring my Renewed Vision water bottle this time. I got a new top for it because I wanted a flip top instead of a screw top. But other than that, that is one of the pieces of swag that they gave me, along with some stickers. I've got the stickers right here. Nope, that wasn't it. Ah, here they are. Yes. So here they are. The one that's missing is I'm a pro presenter, which I thought was appropriate, so I stuck it on my travel case that I have my computer in. But that's it. I did learn that this right here, I called it Groucho Marx glasses. It actually has a name. It's called the Mustache Man. So that's kind of fun. So put that over there. Now with that said, there are people that are slide followers. True story, I had he was actually an optometrist that was an elder at our church, and he was doing some teaching for a class that we had, and I was running ProPresenter. Well, he had his slides, I brought him in, everything was fine on that end. But I was used to running slides for my pastor, who is a slide leader. So he leads and we follow where he's going. This guy was exactly the opposite. He was a slide follower. So he anticipated that the slide would change and then he would talk about what was on the slide. Well, that was fine, except I didn't know that. And I also didn't know that he was depending on the slides to know where he was going. Now, when let's see, oh, I've got a screwdriver down there. So we can pretend that this is a microphone, right? So if your worship leader is doing something else, maybe it's a handheld microphone and they've got a guitar or what have you, or mic on a stand rather. So when they approach the microphone, or if it's handheld, if they bring it up, that's one clue that the slide might be getting ready the song might need to be started. But you should also pay attention to what the music is, because if it doesn't sound like the song is ready to start and they're talking, it could be that they're saying, "Hey, welcome to church, we're so glad you're here," or "Hey everyone, come in and pray with me," or whatever. And so in those situations, you may not want to put the slides up. Another thing is, in general, I want to have my slides up a little before the worship team needs them, but not too much. Likewise, for the sermon, it's actually kind of the opposite. In general, I want the pastor to say, and John 3:16 says, "For God," and then about then put up the scripture or the quote or whatever, just so that we're following the pastor, not the other way around. Now with that said, there are people that are slide followers. True story, so notice how it has like 8 lines per verse. If I select import here, I think it's confusing slides delimited by and delimiters per slide under the heading parsing. Never use those words or never use them in this context. So what I tell people to do is change this to slide break and then change this to the number of lines per slide that you want. That way, no matter what, it's going to bring in 2 lines per slide. Now, that's if it hasn't already been broken up into slides. So if we bring it in like this, and let me select a theme like this one here, and then we bring it into hymns, and I import that. Okay, there we go. So notice it did come in just like that, 2 lines per slide. Real quick, you can go up to text here and change the size of all the slides at once. Notice that when I did that, this is actually a little too long, so I need to crank it down just a hair to get it to be on just the 2 lines if that's what I wanted to do. But because it was separated into verses already, ProPresenter was smart enough to split it up into verses like this. So that was good. Just for viewing purposes, I can put it into easy view mode just to make it a little bit easier to see. And don't forget that if you're in easy view mode, if you click this circle with the 3 dots in there, you can decide where it cuts out